Hello, I'm Tim Hickey, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to play the Jenga metagame. This is a Blender game which has been developed to help you learn the Blender user interface for 3D game design. I assume that you've already downloaded Blender from www.blender.org, which is here, clicking on the download link, and also that you have been to this site, my Blender project site, and you've gone down and downloaded the jengagame.zip and that it's on your desktop. So, assuming those two things, let's go and start up Blender. So here's the default Blender window, which has got a cube, a lamp over here, and a camera. But I'm going to open up the, let's see, here's the desktop, here's the Jenga game. I'm going to open up the Jenga.blend, and there we go. Now I'm working on a laptop. If I had a 3-button mouse, ideally one with a mouse wheel, I'd be in perfect shape for using Blender. But I don't, so I need to, first thing, tell Blender how to emulate a 3-button mouse on my laptop. So I'm going to go down here to this little menu icon, click on it, and go to User Preferences. And there are many preferences I can set, but I'm interested in input. And down here with the mouse, there's Emulate 3-button mouse. So let me click that. And so it will now emulate a 3-button mouse. I click here and go back to Text Editor so I can see the credits. Okay, here's the Jenga tower. You can change the view by going over here and looking from the front, back, bottom, left, so on. Let's go back to the camera view where it started out with. And now, since I'm emulating a 3-button mouse, in order to change the view, use the middle mouse button. But when you're emulating, use the Alt or the Option key and just the single mouse button. So here, as I drag, it rotates it around. Notice that the background became distorted. To fix that, we can go into View Mode and go to View Perspective Ortho, switches between perspective mode and orthographic mode, and it's in orthographic now. Click here and it's in perspective. So this is a more interesting way of viewing the scenery. Alright, so here's our tower, and the goal of Jenga is to select a block down here, move it to the top, see if the tower stays standing. The next person selects a block, moves it to the top, see if it stays standing. So let's start down here. We right-click, or if you're emulating a 3-button mouse, command-click on one of the blocks. Then that makes the manipulator widgets appear, and we can just lift it up using the blue widget, and then hit P for play. That invokes the physics engine, and the tower is stable. You should usually wait 10 or 15 seconds. Hit escape to go out of the physics simulator. It's actually more interesting to be in a single pane mode. We don't need all these other windows here. So when the mouse is in the 3D window, hold the Shift key down and hit space. And you can reverse it by doing it again. Shift space, goes back. So now we're in single pane mode. And let's lift up a couple more of these. We'll lift up this one, and this one, and this one, and one more. Well, actually, one more. This one. This is almost certainly going to fall. Hit P for play. The physics simulator is invoked, and we see it starting to lean. So it looks like it's about to fall, and indeed, there it goes. So if I had done that last one as my turn, I would have lost, and the remaining players would start over with a fresh Jenga tower, but one fewer player, and continue alternating, moving pieces to the top. So let me escape out of there. There's one other feature I wanted to show you. If you go in the View menu to Camera and hit P for play, there's a flying camera, so you can actually zoom in a little bit. Using the arrow keys, you can go forward and backward, left and right. You can also use the A and D key to look to the left and look to the right, and W and S to go up or down. And you can use the E key to look down, Q key to look back up, E key to look down. So here I'm using the S key and Q key to go up. And this gives you a nice, interesting view of the scene. Okay, hit escape to go back. So that's the very sort of bare bones minimal basics. If you really want to play, you want to learn also other ways of translating the blocks, how to rotate the blocks, how to look at the tower from different views. There are many different ways of manipulating your view, but this will give you enough to get started. So have fun.